Welcome back, everybody. I didn't think I was gonna film this. I'm gonna be pulling the crank out of this 1J because I gotta take it to the machine shop. So if you watched the last video, found some chunkies in here. Let's see if I can actually get them on camera this time. Yeah, so like, see a little bit of gold in there? A little bit of gold? A lot of bit of gold. It's all over this piece of RTV. Yeah, it's everywhere. There is some coolant on here. That's because it dripped out of the block. I didn't have coolant mixed in with my oil. I thought I had a blown head gasket in this thing. I don't know. I probably did. My radiator over here. Let me. Well, I'll just do this because it's not straight anymore on the top and bottom. It's kind of like you know. It's not like that. It's like, ooh, how do I? It's not like this. It's like, you know. It ate a lot of food. That's what it looks like. But I'm gonna pull a crank out of this thing because I gotta get it inspected. See if it's savable. Wow, why is that shaking so much? You guys are on a roller coaster. Are you good? Okay. It's freezing outside still. I ended the last video not really thinking I was gonna end it right there, but I wanted to get a video out because it's been a long time since I posted anything. So yeah, if you guys are following along from the last video, I need to get the cogwheel off. I only have one bolt on here because I only have one 10mm bolt that's long enough to reach. Hopefully this works. Nice, it's going. A little tight, but that's okay. Oh. I thought I was hitting this. I wasn't even close to it, and the wheel is bad. Damn, that thing is really on there. That's crazy. I've never actually seen one like fully snapped off before. Oh, I sent you guys for a little rock and roll McDonald's action. Damn. Oh, it's been a long day. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I really hope they can polish that. So, the machine shop told me if they need to grind it, it'll be about a month out. But, I hate these fucking sockets, man. So freaking tight. But, if they need to polish it, it's a week. So, I'm hoping that I can get away with just a polish. What the fuck? This bitch heavy as fuck. All right, well, I got the crank out, as you guys just seen. I'm gonna have them check the crank before anything. I have one more crank. My buddy Mo has a 1J bottom end, non-vvti GTE, is the same thing as this. But it also needs, from what I've heard, I haven't seen it in person. I haven't seen the crank in person. Crank my hog. I haven't seen the crank, the journals, or anything in person, so I don't know what they look like. So I can't really justify throwing all of this stuff away and going 2J yet until I check out this one at the machine shop. And then if they say this one's a no-go, I'm going to check his because I really want to stay 1J. Mainly for the reason of, so there you go. Oh, smacked myself in the face. This little turbo. So this thing is a baby. Where's my Borg? So this turbo lit up about 4 to 5,000 RPM stock ECU. I got to run it with the standalone for like a day, and then I heard the knock, so I shut it down. Never got to actually like experience this turbo. This one is tiny. I mean, look at the size difference. Like, it's you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about, except this one's better than this one because this is ball bearing and that's not, and this is a Garrett and that's not. Did I mention this one's a Garrett and this one's not? Yeah, so I got this one because I wanted to stay 1J. There's a guy out here, John Daniel, at Evergreen that has a 1J in his 240. Well, he had one, and he had a Borg Warner 257 on it, and that thing ripped. And I don't want a whole lot of power like what this thing could produce. I just want quick spool, enough boost to be able to spin third gear how the car did before, just with cooler noises. I'm just rambling on here. So I have an intake manifold already for the non-vvti 1J, radium rail. I have 1050cc injectors. I have everything for the 1J head. I just need to pull that turbo off, get rid of the spacer, get a T4 housing or a T3 to T4 adapter for that, and then add a second gate maybe, because that's going to boost creep like crazy with that tiny turbo. All right, well, I just got off the phone with Mo. I'm not going to be going over there to grab the crank that he has, because the same machine shop that is going to overlook this one is the one that told him that that one apparently needs to be ground down. I'm going to bring the rod and piston in with me, have him, you know, I'm pretty sure these rings are toast. I want to replace them anyway, but I want him to like tell me how I can look at rings and visually see if they're bad. But then also I want to make sure that this rod is good, and I don't see any hot spots on it, which is really nice, but I need to get a plastic bag to put this in, and I'll probably put the crank in a garbage bag as well because it is stinky. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow at the machine shop, maybe after the machine shop, because I don't like to film in front of people yet. Unless I'm at the track and it's a friend, but I don't want to like film inside of a store. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll figure that one out when I get there. I also got it in a trash bag, so it doesn't leak anywhere, it doesn't get anything oily, and it doesn't stink. It actually is a scented hefty bag, so it smells good. All right, guys, bad news and good news. Machine shop said crank needs to be ground. If you guys know how long it takes for a backed up machine shop to get an opening to grind a crank, it takes a long time. So they said it would be about a month out before they could start working on it. That doesn't mean it would be done in a month. It'd probably be done in a month and a half, because they got to do a lot of work to the crank to be able to grind it, clean it, whatever, balance it afterwards. It's going to take a while. So they also said that I have a bad rod. The rod where, not that kind of bad rod. The rod is, well, when it spun the bearing, when the bearing spun inside of the rod, it messed up the rod. So I need to get a new rod, which is cool because I posted in the super forums, posted on Facebook, looking for a complete bottom end, honestly, just so I could slap this together and get it in the car and go. You know, I still have to do the testing with the wiring harness and everything, so this is the main part of everything, you know, but like I still have so much to do. But I just wanted to get it done. So I was looking for a bottom end, but guy Brandon Bass hit me up. He has a crank that came out of his 1J GTE non-vvti, and he actually windowed his block, snapped a rod. So everything is good. It's already been inspected, checks out. He's going to sell me the crank and a good rod so I can replace the bad one in here. I still have the piston in the car, so get a new piston, not a new piston, a new rod and a new crank. Slap this thing back together. Yeah, gonna get it all cleaned up. Actually gonna do some of that right now. I just gotta find my gloves because I don't want to touch any of this oily stuff. I got my my nice Nike jacket on. I do not want to make this thing dirty. I got Weston out riding. Gonna pull this stuff out, and I didn't get any degreaser. We have a little bit, but I'm just gonna do some Dawn dish soap in the pressure washer and at least clean the outside up, so when I do get to actually work on this thing, it's not just disgustingly oily everywhere. So I'll throw you guys on a time lapse, because you know I don't want to film that. It's gonna take a really long time, so you guys get a time lapse on this one. Sorry. So now that we got the block cleaned up, I'm putting you guys back on the on my stand here, because you know I let it dry out. Let's see if we can get this camera locked in place. I let it dry, and it's got some surface rust and stuff, and it's pretty gross inside here. I don't really know if this is like the best idea to what I should be doing before. I don't really know. I don't know why this camera's not locking on. So I want to try to knock a bunch of that stuff loose as I possibly can, so I can when I go ahead, because I'm going to hand sand the top of the block. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for that, but I want to be able to clean it. And I have a gasket scraper, but I don't really trust it that much, and there's like just like things in here, like I don't know, I want to clean it up a little bit, and I'm going to use air compressor to blow as much of the stuff out as I can and just get it cleaned up. Obviously have new bearings and everything, so I'm not worried about anything like that. I need to finish pulling all this stuff off so I can get in here with the plate that I'm going to try and use. I don't know what I'm actually going to use yet. I need to find something. Alright, so I've got my piece of glass with my sandpaper on. I just put a little bit of adhesive to kind of help it stick in the center. And now, let's hope this doesn't shatter when I do this. I got my battery to help with the gravity of things. So I'm just gonna push everything. Let's see. Do this. Okay, so this is going pretty good. I stopped yesterday. I went to go have some dinner with my family. And while I was thinking about it, you know, I bought sandpaper at Harbor Freight. Well, they got some good stuff there, quality stuff. But the sandpaper, you know, I thought about it, and the sanding marks on here just didn't look right, and like how the sandpaper wasn't wearing down or anything. It just felt kind of like cheap to me. So I went today. I went and I picked up some 3M sandpaper, some 80 grit, because I'm at 60 now and I'm ready to start working my way back up, smoothing it out. You can see some of the lines and everything from the sanding marks are still there. I got some 320, some 220, and then 150. So I'm gonna work my way up. Let's see, I got a little bit of pitting here. Let's see if this camera can pick it up. Right here, right in front of my finger. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but there's a little bit of pitting there, you know, some here, some there. Notice some more, yeah, right in here. Pretty much anywhere there's a dark spot is a little bit of pitting, and I don't know if that's going to be good to leave, because I don't know, you know, I didn't measure the block or anything. I'm just trying to do this the cheapest that I possibly can. I got an extra Jz over here on the ground. You can see it right there. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to buy a turbo manifold for that and send it. But this is a budget build, so I'm just doing everything as cheap as possible. You know, I have spent a decent amount of money doing this, but doing it the cheapest ways I know of. Everything's used, and well, besides my sandpaper and the tools, because I don't have them. So I keep hitting the little thing on this camera, my bad. Yeah, so I'm going to change this out, and then I'm going to put you guys on time lapse, because this is going to take forever. And then I'll probably pick up some paint the block, because, you know, I did get some degreaser so I can actually clean it up and everything. You know, it's just really gummy dirt stuck in places now. And then I gotta go pick up the honer, because I'm gonna hone this block out and put some new piston rings in there. So it's gonna be a full rebuild, everything, as you guys may or may not know if you watched the last episode or not, or my last video. Not really episode, I don't know, but I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse. camera died while I was filming. This is the finished product. There's still a little bit of pitting here and there, but it's not near the cylinders, too much for me to care. And I didn't want to go down that far, seeing as how I'm not measuring or doing anything like that with this. So the next step is I've wiped everything down. I haven't cleaned it yet. I just wiped it down, sprayed it with brake clean. I haven't like degreased it or like scrubbed anything. Because I've got this awesome tool, which you guys don't know. Cut this off, and it is a cylinder hone tool. So it, you know, does exactly what I just said. It's a cylinder honer slash deglazer. So you put it in here, and you get the drill on it, and it's got even pressure no matter which way you go. Drill on, you have to lubricate the crap out of the cylinder walls with the drill, just go up and down, like they do at the machine shops. This is just a handheld drill version instead of, you know, a giant machine version of it. It says I need to wear my safety glasses, which I probably will because this is a spinning object, and I don't want to go to the hospital today, so. Alright guys, well, that's going to be it for this. You know, I might run one more on that. Debating if I just want to do it one more time just to go through. I got a really nice texture to everything. I don't know what those lines in there. I think it's just where the piston was sitting for a long time. Maybe holding fluid in it. I have really no idea. But overall, I think it's looking pretty good. I would like to... Maybe I'll just do it one more time. I probably won't do that on video if I do decide to do it. And then I just got to clean this thing up and then wait for the parts to show up. And then we can start reassembling. And the cylinder head is most likely going to go to the machine shop to get cleaned and everything, because I don't want to deal with that. You know, that's a lot more to risk damaging the cylinder head than there is the block here. It's a lot easier to damage the cylinder head. Doesn't that look good, Leo? Oh, you're sleeping, my bad. Yeah, that thing looks mint. It's got like a cool blue tint to it, which I kind of like. It'll be easy to see oil if there's anything. You know, I mentioned it earlier. I believe that it'll be easier to see down in there in the engine bay or whatever if I need to look at anything. Next on the list is I'm going to clean up these intakes. So I'll just show you guys what these look like now. So when I clean them up, you can know the difference. Yeah, they're pretty disgusting. I dailied the car for like 5 years, the Supra, with this intake on there, and I drove it in the rain, snow, wherever I wanted to go. This was my car, so it got pretty dirty. So I don't want to, you know, throw that dirty intake on this nice, freshly painted block. All right, so got all my nuts and bolts, everything for this build, everything that I'm going to be cleaning. I need to find the other piston. I don't remember where I put it, but this one looks like it's got some nice casting marks on the top. I need to clean
clean them all first. You can see that there was some material thrown around the bottom of this thing. Compared, well, maybe it's just casting marks, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'll just use that one then. But I'm gonna get everything cleaned up. I need to finish pulling off some things on here, and then yeah, I'm gonna pour some Zep into it, and then you guys are gonna see on a time lapse of all of this getting cleaned up. There we go, guys. Intakes, well, upper intake plenum is painted. That's what it looked like before, so compare and contrast, there you go. Lower is going to get painted the same. All the bolts and everything, they're inside drying right now. Pan's getting done, and then I'm going to do the lower intake, and then that should be it, just besides maybe a few accessories. I think I'm going to do the tensioner pulley on the front just to kind of spice it up, make it look a little nicer. I'm going for making it look really good because the car looks good. I'm tired of having dirty engines and everything, so yada yada yada. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I got all the bearings, piston rings. The crank actually showed up. It's in a box in the garage. Everything I need to do is basically just aesthetic at this point until that stuff gets here. And until that stuff gets here, I don't want to keep prolonging this video from coming out because that stuff won't be here for another week. And then I'm also going to Florida the week that everything shows up. So it's going to be about 2 weeks before I can get another video out or start working on this thing again. So I've waited a long time to get all this stuff done, get everything dialed in. And yeah, so this is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. All the new guys here, all the new followers, subscribers, thank you so much. Really means a lot to me to see you guys follow me along on this build. And you know, hopefully the head gasket lasts using that as the decking method for it. I didn't even measure it, so who knows. Anyways, thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.